Sorry, Leslie, but I need you to come back, honey. You can wrap it up after the night's over. I want to hear from anybody who felt like they got it, they understood, they had a good process, they had a successful process, and then I'll talk about people who were challenged after that, okay? So raise your hand and share with me if you got a really big aha or discovery. Okay, Holly?
I have this female boss who I just cannot stand.
Yeah.
And I've never met the woman, it's all online.
Yeah.
But just the sound of her voice.
Yeah.
And I got that she is trying to survive in a man's world. She's trying to be heard. I am trying to be heard.
Yeah.
And that's probably why it bugs me so much, is because I want to be heard, yet I feel like I'm being overshadowed by her.
Yeah.
And
Right.
I don't hate her so much.
Great. 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 And the reason that's a really good thing to do is because if you're turning a big deal into less of a big deal, hopefully someday into no big deal, it means you're now healing that part of yourself, which means you can now attract somebody different. In other words, you'll move from a life where you're constantly being overshadowed to a life where you're in the limelight. Excellent. Acknowledged. Anybody else?
I have a coworker that constantly bitches about her life. Like everything.
Tragedy queen.
I cannot stand it. Anyway, I realized I bitch about my life.
Right.
In order to...
No, not you,
What? To be...
Say it ain't so.
I know. Pick a card. Just to be seen and heard and noticed and valued.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's right. Beautiful. She doesn't know any other way to get the attention. Beautiful. Acknowledge. Okay, somebody else. Bonnie.
Oh, wow. Well, mine was on my ex-boyfriend and how he just doesn't see the good in me, or picks out the littlest flaws. And I said it to myself, like as myself, you don't see the good in you.
Yes.
You pick out all your flaws.
Right.
And it was like, I've kind of, had that turnaround before, but it just seemed to go deeper, like you just don't even see yourself.
Yes.
Kind of like, and then it just really hit me strong, and then the sweetheart message was kind of like, that's like I kind of grew up thinking that the only way, and I could see how I did this with my kids sometimes too, like is to look for their flaws, or look for for the flaws and
fix them
and point them out, so that that's what my father did.
Right.
He would look for my flaws and criticize.
Right.
And that I know now that was how he was trying to be a good dad and raise me good, so that I would be a good adult.
Right.
And so I still kind of have that program going inside, attacking myself.
Right.
Oh, well, this, like a taskmaster, criticizing, and that's the way that I'm going to grow more or something, or be a better person.
Yeah, you got 5 A's, but what's that B?
Exactly, yeah, exactly. And that's the way it was with my boyfriend. It's like I do all these all these wonderful, amazing things, and then, I get a little frustrated, and, it's boom. And it's a mirror reflection of me, how I am with me. I'll do all these good things, and then I'll make this little tiny, infraction, or have this little flaw, and it's like magnified, like that's all I am, is this flaw, this fault.
You want some coaching?
Sure.
By the way, for the new people, if you don't have a red dot on, you can decide whether or not you want me to just give you the coaching, or if you want me to ask you if you want the coaching. Because if you don't have a red dot on, I have to ask you before I give you the coaching. Okay? So to accelerate your process as quickly as possible, I would go to all your kids and tell them that you had this big aha, and you want to spend some time pointing out everything that's right about them.
Yeah.
And you want their help in helping you to change your normal come from, so that instead of pointing out flaws, that you really talk to their strengths and their gifts and their successes and all the great stuff about them. That will have a huge effect on you. Okay. And then you can certainly use this process and awakening style breakthroughs to reprogram the part of you that will now talk to you differently about all the things you're doing right. You could even do a program for 30 days where you spend some time every single day for at least 5 or 10 minutes talking out loud to the little girl in you about everything that she's doing right these days. If you have any friends or relatives that have young kids, say it to them out loud. In other words, talk to you, but by looking at them and talking to them. Talking to a little kid that's about the age you were when this was all going sour has a huge subconscious effect. Okay? Acknowledge. Okay, last one.
I find it really odd that what I found out is, okay, I don't like this person, that things about this person that are manipulative, judgmental, distrustful, arrogant, all these things I despise, like absolutely.
Thank God none of that's in you, Jason.
And I'm like, how in the hell am I going to make this into me? Because I'm like, I hate that about people.
Yeah.
So much.
This is a hard process to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, no, it's them! It's not me, it's them! Right?
Yeah, it's hard to own that, because that's like what I hate, I guess, you know? And so, but what I did find out was when I did the don't wants, you know, things started to take shape. But when I came out with the do wants behind it, you know, to be liked and trusted and, you know, to be liked with no strings attached and valued and these things, and those really rang true. But I still was like, how in the hell? I don't see that, but I guess it's there, and that rings true. But it was just kind of weird. Like, I mean, it's really hard for me to see those things that I hate, I guess.
Did you have
myself.
any successes? Because that's what I'm on right now. I'm on successes. I'm dealing with challenges later.
It was very successful, though. Oh,
Well,
absolutely.
What did you see in yourself?
So my do wants, what I don't want is like the loss of control and to be unimportant and for people, to judge me and appear weak and all these things from that.
Excellent.
And it did turn into this, I do want people to accept me and the list, and then what it really did though is like make me look at that other person as just like a human being that has issues as well.
Just like you.
Just like me. So.
That's right.
And they might not even see it, like they don't see it, of course.
Right.
But it just gave me a little more compassion around the whole situation.
That's great. That's great. And the more you actually remind yourself whenever you catch yourself doing some of those things, because the mistake people make is they beat themselves up. They catch themselves being manipulative or whatever. Oh, that's just wasted energy. It's counterproductive. It actually makes it worse. If you go, oh, here, look what I'm doing, and you go back to those things. I want this. I don't want that. I want this. The more you do that, the more the manipulation or whatever it is will literally go away. It will disappear. You'll find yourself doing it in better ways. You'll offer that part of you that wants those goodies a better way to get the goodies. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Acknowledge.
It'll just know how to do that.
Huh?
Like your body will just know how to get you to that point.
It's called awareness. Fritz Perls said awareness of and by itself is curative.
Okay.
So he starts becoming aware of the fact, oh, look, I'm being manipulative, and what my sweetheart message is, what I want, what I don't want is. And then some part of him will go, that's good. There's nothing bad about that. It's just not a very effective way to get it. There's better ways, and it will start to solve the problem. It will start to go, well, I could do this. I could do that. I could be authentic, I could be forthright, I could,
Okay.
Whatever. Excellent. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to shift gears. Who can tell me why we end the first night of every class with strength showers are the greatest key to influence? Gail.
I would guess because we've gone through a lot of draining and we want to refill our cup.
That's also one of the answers. Samantha?
So we feel safe enough.
What happens, yes, what happens if we build as much safety possible on a subconscious level?
We'll be more vulnerable and it'll come to the surface and we'll express the subconscious.
Yes,
Or
exactly. It's like a pendulum. If you only have this much safety, you're only going to go this deep with the process the next 2 days. You build this much safety, you're going to go that deep with the process the next 2 days. In other words, you get a lot more value if there's more safety. So here's what I want you to do. I want the movement to mastery people in this small group stand up behind the chairs, and I want you to get in a group of 3 of your movement to mastery people.
We're all back here.
Yeah, I told you, stand behind your chairs, groups of 3. So you 3 together. Okay, you 3 together. Good. Now, Colleen, join one of those groups. Anna, join one of those groups.
They filled.
Hold on, wait a minute until I see how many's over here. Have a seat, Anna. Okay, movement to mastery. Stand behind your chairs. Okay. Okay, I want Leslie and Joel go that way a little bit. Good. Bonnie, join that group. Bonnie? Okay. Joel and Jason split off a little bit. Okay. Linda, join that group. And Anna, join this group.
Yay.
Thank you.
And David, I want you to join Joel's group. No, actually, David, I'm going to have you come over here, and I want Samantha to join Joel's group. Okay, make small circles out of your chairs.
Ruben Buck there. That's for later.
Oh, what are those?
No, that sounds. But it can be yours.
I'll grab a chair for her.
Hi, Jason. Nice to meet
My sister goes by Tom.
Smart.
Okay, I want to ask everybody who's not in movement to mastery. Is there anybody who does not know what these items mean on the board? Like stand in your power, get centered, hold a vision. Is there anybody who hasn't been in a workshop where we've discussed this in detail?
I have a question. Is
Yeah.
this like having the vision of your warrior stance and being centered in it? No. Yes?
This is holding a vision about whatever dream or vision is most important for this activity. In other words, when I'm training small business people who want to make their business successful, I have them put their dream or vision on 3x5 cards.
Okay.
And then I say, don't pick up the phone without deciding what vision or dream is this conversation going to be about.
Okay.
That's the same thing. In other words, you want to ask yourself, what dream or vision is this going to be about? Everybody know what it means by speak with full intent and let spirit speak?
Yes.
Anybody not know?
Can you go over that again?
Say it again.
Can you go over
Can you
that?
just take a second and go through all of those? real
Sure.
quickly?
Sure. Stand in your power means not like this. It means as powerful as you can be. And by the way, on this particular one, since this is not a new kid workshop, this is for more advanced people. You're not in relationships course anymore. Most of you are in movement to mastery. I'm going to come around. I'm going to kick your butt. Okay? You're not standing in your power. I'm going to be talking to you, and I'm going to be getting you to go higher. You know, some of you are like this. You know. You know, no. Like that. I want it 100%. You get it?
Yeah.
Okay, get centered. It means run your energy cord down to the center of the earth. Get still, get slow, get relaxed, get receptive. Be here, be now. Be in your body. Okay? Hold a vision means get clear. What vision is this going to be? Is this going to be about my money? Is this going to be about my love life? Is this going to be about my self-expression, about my parenting? What's the dream or vision? And I'm going to do this exercise like that dream depends on it. Those of you who've been through the awakening, if you understand about the higher context, the highest context, add that to it. Don't just have a personal dream. Add your highest context to it, because you know that makes a huge difference. Speak with full intent. Doesn't mean, that's not speak with, say it like you mean it. Let spirit speak means you don't necessarily rehearse it. You just let it come through you. Let it flow. And these last two, you're going to have up to 5 to 7 minutes to do these last two, and you're going to be doing acknowledgments for your partner. So your partner will do one, you'll do one. Your partner will do one, you'll do one, like that. Okay? In the groups that have 3, Carlos, do you, Sandra, or Gary want to join one of these groups? You're not expected to, I'm just asking. You want to, Sandra? Great. Come and join one of these groups that has 3. Carlos, you want to? Okay. Come and join one of these groups. So you're going to have a bit of time to do number 4 and 5. Okay? So 2 of you will stand up, face off against each other, and when those 2 people are doing the first 30 seconds, standing in their power, Gary, will you do me a favor and keep time? Give me 30 seconds on each of these. Then the other 2 people sitting down are going to call out every 5 seconds a rating between 0 and 100. So like Jason will call out Carlos 85, Joel 65, whatever you think there are between 0 and 100. Out of each step, standing in their power, getting centered, holding a vision, all that stuff. Okay. Stand up if you're going to face off against each other. Whoever's going to face off.
Face off. Wow. You're gonna get in their power. Okay.
Okay, when I blow the whistle, you're going to start with standing in your power, and I'll come around and coach you.
Oh,
Let's do it!
What? Renee, turn it up for me.
Yeah, Jamie, there you go.
That's powerful. That's it. That's it, Jamie. That's it, Sandra. Keep doing it more.
Good job, you guys.
Good. That's it. That's it. Good job.
We're doing the center thing now?
Joel, you can do it more from the inside.
What is
Pick
it?
it up from the inside.
Okay, now are they centering?
Okay, now centering. 30 seconds. You want to keep a powerful stance, but you want to also be centered.
Jamie, 60. Sandra, 70. Jamie,
Okay, now 30 seconds of holding a vision. I don't hear people calling out every 5 seconds, 0 to 100. People sitting down should be calling out every 5 seconds, 0 to 100, how they're doing.
It's anything.
No,
Speak up, woman. Scoring. Let's go. So now we're supposed to.
hold a vision.
Thank you.
Sandra, 95. Jamie, 95.
Okay, now you're going to have about 5 minutes to speak with full intent and let Spirit speak and acknowledge each other back and forth and back and forth. Go.
full intent, back and forth.
Yes.
You are
Yes.
exuberant.
Learning.
Keep your power stance. Stand in your power. Don't lose your power.
Angels
But in all confidence. And I know you're like that.
Sandra, I see you so much power. It's like this wave behind you. You create a weight. And it affects and washes over everyone, and everyone's life
I look
will
up to
change.
you.
Sorry, I'm caught up in what you're saying.
Yeah,
I see the love on everyone's face and the joy that they have touched the little paradise. Heaven radiates from their eyes.
Acknowledge each other.
Straight talk, you know. My ability to kind of express what I'm feeling.
Sandra, I
Joel, use your
recognize
power. Stand in your
generations
power. Okay?
some more
And
and
loud.
after ineffective
The reason why I felt comfortable
changes
sharing
you've made
what I was sharing
in your last year.
was because of the vibes I was feeling from you.
90. Jamie, 90.
Yeah. Yeah. Just
I see
The truth.
hearts opening,
the truth was okay. The truth was safe.
tears
The
flowing,
truth is safe. That loud.
truth.
abounding.
The truth is safe. Thank you.
As Spirit
Thank
reaches
you
into
for being
them.
here.
And helps them
I'm really glad you're here
understand
today.
how powerful they are.
Yeah.
Loud. Both of you.
I see a vision of a better world in your mind that you hold so strong that you will not allow. You will make changes.
Really clarify
I see each heart opening with full intent, searching for who they are and understanding with great power as they stand in that power and go forth to serve the world.
There you go.
You are like starting something new. It's almost like
I see a generation of children behind you. It's not only yours.
And let
There
your
are other
body
children
power.
following your path as well.
I see you right
You
now
are guiding
as a brand
and
new
leading
tree
and
that's
bringing them to a place
Joel, more power.
all that
so beautiful and so full of
and
love.
like beauty of a tree that's already full and grown.
I see
Don't you see a lot more
that
powerful
is
than
swirling
your body?
around each person in the room.
I just see all strength.
I see
Powerful
angels in the
and
corners
loud.
standing and dancing and praising for what is happening to each and every individual that's there.
Jason, I look in your eyes
They
and I
are
see
so filled with love,
sincere,
so
honest
filled with
person.
joy.
And
that their
If I
heart
come wrong,
is
You have an
barely
amazing humor. You have just a
God
light
bless.
and
God bless.
and a sharpness that brings up that playfulness. and
I know.
Sandra, I see.
I really love
I know that it feels to me like
People are
we're meant to be in
around
this together.
want to kind of feel
It feels to me like there's something common
sort
there.
of
Wants to be
Good
free.
job, Joel.
Yeah, it feels
Wants to
like
be released. It
there's
wants to
combination
go
there.
Good job,
and-
Ashley.
fall away.
and
And it
run.
feels really good to me. It
Roll
comes
down the
out.
hill
Let
of the park
that come
and
forward.
be free and be
I don't know,
joyous.
the vibe.
Renee.
I feel a really good vibe.
I
What
see
I
hearts
love
opening
about
up
you
as they learn how to
is that
celebrate
you
their
are
life
able to use your
and
mind
celebrate
to
who they
really
are.
connect
Open their hearts and
so
share their
intelligent
dreams
and bright.
and be supported
So much
in a
strong,
loving
so
environment.
motivated and refined. And I am in awe whenever I talk to you about
I
that.
see
Your
the
knowledge
light
You're
that comes from you. You are the beacon at the end of the tunnel.
So thank you for
Where
speaking
people
for
have
it and
crawled
sharing
through the
it.
dark for so long, and they finally
Thank you, Lord.
come to the light.
Curious,
and
being
it-
so inquisitive, being willing to step forward and be the one
I
to
see
ask
a
the question.
smile
Be the
on
one
every
to say,
face. I
what do you
see
mean by
hearts
that?
that are
Put
so
yourself out
full.
there in a way that
I
allows
see
everyone else
tears
to come to the
streaming
table as well. And you
as
can
people
really
finally
resonate with
recognize
you. And it's a
who
real gift that
they
you're bringing
are.
yourself forward. Like doing that first follow.
I see elevator upward.
If you've got so many things you want to do, shake it off. That's a really good sign.
I see somebody that I would follow anywhere.
The love and the light.
And I think that
Light
Jamie, more
combined.
volume.
Light
Louder.
injected into it, and swirling together, and becoming one, embodied in those around us here.
I care about you.
You're doing great, but I want you to have more power in your body. If you need to, move your chair. And I want you to use a lot more volume.
Letting things turn over if they need to, bringing in what
The room
It's
is
just me.
filled with light.
I feel safe.
It is
I feel
filled with
safe.
love. It is filled with joy. It just dances in the air.
Yeah, I look forward to
And
it.
everyone is sitting there in awe and such deep gratitude for all that they are and all that they can be, and knowing who they are.
I see strength.
Sandra, you
Good
are
job, Sandra.
a light. You are the beacon.
But also
You are the chain breaker in your lifetime. You
More
will
powerful
make
in your
changes.
body and louder.
You will make those changes. And everyone, forward and backward, will feel it. They will have no choice.
That's it.
part of your leadership.
More powerful in your body.
Overheating now.
Stand in that and stay.
And loud.
Lauren, I see in you the ability to really hold
Every heart is filled to the brim
something and see it like standing on
as they
top of a
see
mountain.
who they are,
all the way around.
and they understand where they're going,
Perspective into that.
and they have the power and the strength to hang on to the dream and to go forth and share it with all that they can share it with throughout the world.
Sandra, you are the wise woman on top of the mountain that people flock to hear speak and to get guidance from. You will guide the flock.
We keep going?
Yeah.
Keep one on each side
You
on the
can
ground.
change your power step.
Yeah.
That's okay.
And enjoy life and get every drop out of it that you
I don't know.
possibly can.
So
I
appreciate
step forward
somebody who
and share my truth with everyone I meet.
There's a great deal of tenderness.
And I show my love. I open my heart. And I give them a taste of who they are. To the point that they can no longer deny it. They walk away knowing that they are going to go forth and be who they are and share their dreams with the world.
youthful energy.
It is very welcoming.
I don't mean naive energy. I mean
Renee, I see.
I will lead those who are too afraid to stand up and show them that they can. I will give them the strength and the power and show them the goodness of themselves and the power in them. And that they have the ability to step forward and lead themselves and people behind them if they so choose.
Usually the tin man.
I will lead those to see the best in themselves, and they will find the strength.
Lauren, you're brilliant.
I'm gonna be like that.
You have such an
Embrace it,
intelligence
man.
and the ability to really just.
I will be that light at the end of the
It's really to
tunnel.
have truth fed to you
I will
easily.
stand there and be that as I open my heart.
Acknowledge your group.
I need a new material after that.
Okay, I want to take a few shares before I do the next round. Raise your hand, I'll call on you. What are you noticing or discovering? Linda.
I notice as I'm watching the energy ball back and forth between these two, everything Lauren said about Renee, I see in Lauren as well.
Of course.
Everything Renee was saying to Lauren, it was just like, it was so cool because I
Yeah.
could sit here and watch it and see it.
Yeah.
That all the wonderful things are right there in each other.
Yeah.
It was really, really neat to see it though.
Yeah, beautiful. Acknowledge. Joel.
Yeah, you know, I just met Jason today, and I've got this sense that I've known him for a while.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
He's a cool
I
guy.
love that. Acknowledge. Samantha.
I love that glorious moment when Joel finally got it.
Yeah.
It was the whole room, the whole essence of the room changed like that.
That's
The moment that
great.
he got it and finally let it in, it was beautiful.
Way to go. Excellent. Acknowledge. Carlos.
Well, it's incredible seeing Jason and Joel together here. At the beginning, there was a lot of laughter and feeling silly about what they were doing.
Yeah.
They were too in their left brain, but as soon as they were able to shift into that and get serious about what they were doing and how getting into their own self, into their own higher self to acknowledge the other person's higher self,
Yeah.
is where they start shining, both of them.
Yeah.
They were incredible.
Beautiful. Fantastic. Samantha?
For acknowledgement, I just need to acknowledge Leslie. That was amazing from the beginning. She was determined. She was ready to go. Like I was waiting for her to float away. Like I really thought she was gonna float away. She was that committed from the get-go. It was beautiful. Such a great example.
Yeah, we call her Saint Leslie. Any other shares? Okay, time for the other partners to do it. So, you two will go ahead and face off, and then you'll call out the numbers. Ready?
You're supposed to strength shower each other. We ran out of material.
Oh, okay.
I think it went longer than 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Move your chairs if you need to. Ready? 30 seconds of standing in your power.
I'm saying it's about 10 right now.
10?
I already did
Anna, you can crank it up more.
That's power. You just have to strike by lightning and see it. Better. Powerful. Chris Weiler.
Sorry.
I don't care. I just give her a hard time.
It does, it empowers me.
Okay.
Is it okay to smile when we're in
Of
our
course.
Okay.
90%.
That's gonna do it.
Okay, now 30 seconds of getting centered. Keep your power stance, just get centered with it.
Holly, 85, 80. Holly, 90. Be here, don't be elsewhere. Better, Holly, 95, man, 90. Be here. There you go, 95.
You should be calling out your numbers every 5 seconds.
Holly, 100, good job. And 100, good job.
Okay. Now hold the vision. I want you guys to go ahead and reel it in so you can actually do the exercise, otherwise you'll waste the whole time. Hold the vision.
95 and 95. Hold your vision. Good. 100. Stay focused. Good. All good. 100.
Okay, now you're going to have 7 minutes to speak with full intent. Let Spirit speak while you keep your power and your vision. Go.
I see in you a I see in you a wise old tree. The spirit of that oak that's been around forever and ever that people will go to pray, to meditate, to gather acorns for shade, because you have so much to give, and you give and you give until there's nothing left.
Good.
Good, yes.
There is no end to you.
You are empowering.
You
are empowering.
Good.
You are beauty. You are of essence. You have stamina. You are persistent in all that is of righteousness and glory for your better good. You are of beauty.
Don't be this whippy shit.
You are of beauty.
Anna, you are gracious.
Okay,
You are love.
appearances are deceiving, but you've got
have
the heart
this
of a warrior.
knowledge about all kinds of beautiful spiritual things that you can't help but share. People love to learn from you. They look to you as wisdom, as strength. You shine.
You are so big.
You don't even see your own strength. You just are. You wonder, what is it about me that's so special? It's everything that's so special about you. You add beauty to this world with everything you do, with every action, with every word. You make this world a
You're
better
going to chase
place.
those dreams you've got, because you've got dreams. You've got them in your heart, you've got them in your head, and you've got them in your soul. And you've got to chase those dreams, or you're going to die unhappy.
Holly, you break the shell
Good job,
around
Linda.
people's hearts.
Thank you!
Anna, you shine.
Don't
Holly,
anyone tell you no.
you are magnificent.
The word
Anna,
no doesn't exist
you
for you.
shine like a star. You gather people. People want to bask in your light. They want to be
Same goes
near
for
you
you.
because
Don't take no for an
yes.
answer. You take the yes.
Don't
And
be
you rebel
afraid
back.
of the strength
You
of
rebel
your
back,
heart.
yes, because we're
People
entitled
are
to
brought
it.
up
This
because
world
of
is full of so many
People are
no's
brought up
that we
within
need to say
themselves.
yes,
The
and
best
we need to
comes
do
out
what we
in them
want.
because
Let's
you
have our
help
yeses.
them see it with your light.
Good job, Holly.
Everything you want
Louder.
for
You're
them.
great.
Holly, you are illuminating. You are a bright light. A candle that shines for eons.
Think about it. You can find ways to
A cover over it doesn't even stand above it because it is bathed in such light that it itself shines brighter because of the light you have within you.
I want you to know,
Anna,
surround yourself with people
you
who love you.
have brilliance.
And let the others go.
Share it
And
with
build a family.
everyone.
And build a team.
You
of
don't
people
have to
that
hide
love
the
you.
goodness that is you. You know
And hold
you're
back
worth
for your
something. You
highest
know you're
good.
worth everything. Be that everything. Have that everything.
Find your power.
Holly, your eyes shine. They shine so brightly. They speak and they smile. They are so gorgeous. People see their souls within your eyes.
Anna, you sparkle. You're like fairy dust. You need to let it out more. Don't be afraid of the beauty you are. Don't hide behind anything. Don't be afraid to smile. You've got a gorgeous smile. Use it.
Your eyes are the
People love to see it and it melts their
world.
heart.
They take my breath away. I can stare at
Seeing
you.
your feelings
Our
shared melts
Is
their
whatever
heart.
we
Yeah,
want
so
to create.
connected.
My world is what I want to create. And your world.
Holly,
Your world is what you
people
want.
hear your words you speak.
I need.
They are
What do I want
prominent.
to create?
They hear it with their heart.
Now I want a bigger world.
You are glorious, magnificent, magnificent!
Ours to
Anna, I see a strength in you that is growing and growing and growing with each of these workshops. You are just breaking through that soil. You are those live flowers. You are beautiful and colorful and blooming.
Makes the world better.
Holly, do you recognize the magnificence you are?
Yeah. You are magnificent! We are magnificent!
Trying to come out of my mouth. Exact words.
You're allowed to say it too. Nice job there.
I agree.
I think it did. I feel complete.
I want to give you
I can see the inner you.
This is who you are. See you. We are. I don't want to see outside.
You want to do a lot of things.
You're powerful. So much.
You want to
So
do
big.
And I saw a zigzag.
Acknowledge your group. Okay, I want to hear some shares. What'd you notice or discover, Anna?
I recognize that the second time Holly said something to me, I saw a heart and I saw it crack. So the shell that was, I'll say it, that was there got cracked open. And also when, I'll get it, recall. Oh, smile. Another word she had said to me was smile and how it related to feelings, and there was a connection of that
even though there was happiness inside, I wasn't smiling to show it. And having heard that, I'll get to the point. An elderly person having said to me, when people see your smile, it's like diamonds. And I hadn't wanted certain people to see that, because I recall not being allowed to have enjoyment as a child.
Yeah.
Now I know I can smile because permission has been given to myself from hearing it said to me.
Which demonstrates, I want you to hear this, Holly, words have the power to heal.
It
Good
healed
job.
2 things.
Acknowledge.
My partner was powerful Samantha, and oh my gosh, that was amazing. And when she started to share with me everything she was saying, I was saying in my mind, well, that is true about her. That is true about her. That is true about her. Like we say what it was like I was, and then like something switched in my mind. It was like, Bonnie, let it in that it's true about you too. Let it in that she's talking to you. And then and she was holding an immense amount of power, and it was like, okay, and it brought me to tears. It was just so, when I let it in to me, it was true for me. I just couldn't even believe that it could be me. It was just so beautiful. So, thank you.
Way to
much.
go.
Thank you.
Gail.
I got to be across from Amanda, who is like a movie star and a model and a Miss America, which
Yes,
is
yes,
mostly
yes.
what I see. Until I went way over there and she spoke. And that's when I saw her insides. And all of the outside melted away, and that's when I felt who she was, and I felt so much more alive. When you spoke so loud to me, all of your outside melted away, and I saw your strength. And that's what I want to see.
That's what we all want to see.
Acknowledge. That was so perfect, Gail. Put Gail in front of you and say those exact words to Gail. Gail, put Gail in front of you and say that to Gail. Kevin, move your feet just so the energy doesn't get blocked. You can say sitting.
Gail, when you speak loud and you don't hide, and you have value in your words, that's when I see who you are inside. And all that outside pretty and cute and whatever melts away, and I get to see you, and that's what I want to see! Please! Thank you.
That will bring you the man of your dreams. Acknowledge. Same for you, Amanda. Same for you. You know, the difference between being movie star beautiful, which everybody agrees on, but not showing people your power and your value, is like worlds apart from the kind of man that person attracts to the kind of man that she's talking about attracts. If you could see the kind of man you could hold and keep forever, you'd be in here kicking some butt. I could show you a movie of that guy, you'd be in here yelling at Gail from across the room every single time. Acknowledge. Holly?
I loved that two flowers got together. We had both picked those flowers, and I think that must have said something about us, and it was just perfect. I'm so blessed that she was in our group here because it was so joyful to see her grow. I could see that heart breaking. I could see that. And melting, and you can smile, and you're beautiful, and things happen the way they're supposed to happen, and yeah, the flowers, we're flowers. They can be alive.
And my reality was, it was someone else's reality that they were dead. To me, they were alive, and no one was going to tell me different.
Okay, Jamie, we'll keep them
Yeah.
together.
It was like watching Clash of the Titans over here. Wow.
That's great. Joel.
Yes, a couple of cool moments. There was a moment where I thought Linda made a definite shift.
Yeah.
There was sincerity, and then there was animation and sincerity.
Yeah.
And she was just like that.
Yeah.
And then there was a moment where Carlos, I mean, I felt his soul the whole time.
Right.
He's just a sincere guy. But there was a moment where he slipped into Spanish. Because it just wasn't going to come out in English.
Right.
That was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. Last share, Leslie.
I want to acknowledge both Samantha and Bonnie. These powerhouses in small bodies, big hearts, are pretty amazing. So much feeling, energy, and power. You both are absolutely beautiful.
Good job. Acknowledge. Joel, I wanted to get back to you. You had a share a while ago.
They've expressed it. These two ladies, I had the privilege of seeing Samantha shift and watching the spirit flow through her and watching her step aside. Literally, I saw her step aside, and I had the privilege of seeing that. It was beautiful.
Beautiful. Way to go. Acknowledge. You guys did great. You did wonderful tonight. And I can tell that the next 2 days is going to be really beautiful just from watching what you did tonight.
Yeah.
So, what time do we start tomorrow?
12:30.
Okay. I want you to know that if you're not in Movement to Mastery, because the Movement to Mastery people are going to start with a quiz. So, you can come either at 12:30 or you can come at 12:40. Okay, so you won't be late if you're not here till 12:40. Okay?
Which questions should we study?
I'm not going to tell you. From this point on. And by the way, from this point on, I'm going to do this and this and this and this and like that. Helter skelter. Okay? Good. By the way, tomorrow you want to bring snacks because we're not having lunch and you want to make it through a long day. And I just want to check with anybody. I'm not attached, but if anybody's interested in having brunch with me to talk about anything, it doesn't matter what it is, then I'll be available. Is there anybody that wants to do that? Because I won't do that unless people are interested. And I'm okay if people are not. I'm just saying if anybody's interested in joining me for brunch, raise your hand so I can see if I'm going to schedule that. Okay, I'll see you guys here tomorrow at 12:30 or 12:40. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Raise my hand.
know that felt
Yeah, it's DVD. It's usually $150 for grad, it's $75 half price.
So you.
6 and
I'm sorry. Just click.
It's 6.5 hours. $300 course called Success. Which is
I just want to
More meaning.
Saying it now.
Your eyes are with
Do you know?
She did that shit.
I don't know how many years ago, not that many years ago. As a child, I wasn't taught how to smile. And I looked at photos that I had, and I never smiled and showed my teeth. There's nothing wrong with my teeth. But I remember as a child thinking, because some in the photo photograph said smile, and I thought, how do you smile? No one taught me how to smile. And then I recognised at a certain point that I had to teach myself how to smile. Something so simple.
Now you can smile.
I actually feel like
I know, we all.
I appreciate you too. I really do. And, you know, I tried to answer most of your texts, and some of them probably slipped through the cracks.
No, you answered all of them. You answered every single one of them. It's alright if I did. I didn't really like that pen anyway.
Yeah, our keys go through and then this and that and
There was back ending. Somebody was watching.
You're done? Okay. Okay, good. That we're talking a lot further away now than usually south. Really? We used to be on 33rd south and 30th. You have music? Okay, I almost went for that one.
Bye, Tom. If you could be a nice night.
No, I'm not. I get chills.
Well, Friday is
There's no way to cope with that.
I just don't understand how you're just what and that's the situation. And then we know oh, is that why the
See, the worst thing about it is if they report
I know it's been
I didn't have any reprieve. I was when I got here, I was sore.
You go home, but
It's dishonorable. Relax, I don't know on guard, you know.
so what I'm trying to say is you should be
Nobody's gonna like let my ball. But yeah, it's really, I mean, sometimes I can get have moments where
And then, I mean, when you're starting to
yeah, we just gotta go and sleep. Have a nice morning.
our energy will transform. I guarantee it. Yeah. Yeah.
I think it will. She's already feel better. She wasn't even standing.
I want to sneak and get a hug. Better now. How are you?
Overall, wonderful.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That was perfect.
Most of the time.
Most of the time. My mother loves purple too.
I also have a lot of red and gold.
I've not seen it.
Yes, you have.
Oh, I have. Okay, all I notice is the purple.
Remember, I can remember black pants and a red turban.
That's true.
And you brought it to our
Yep. You're right.
attention.
I remember that now.
Yes.
You're right. Okay.
Yeah, and at the birthday party.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. I take it back.
Yeah.
You're right.
Jason.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Oh, I have something for you.
And you.
Yes.
We get together again.
I'm
We get to do your blunder thing again. That was fun.
Next Tuesday. Tuesday at Sharon's Energy.
Good job, then.
7 o'clock in Drayton.
Hell, I won't remember that. Tell Holly.
Okay.
She's a great planner in our group.
And I'll remind you.
Okay, thanks,
Like on
Steve.
Saturday.
Please, that'd be great.
Yes. Yeah,
See you then.
that'd be great.
Okay, awesome.
Either physically or we'll call you through the travel. You have to be there. I truly want to thank you for, I had a sweat in the 28, and I used quite a bit of the leaves. I truly thank you.
I just brought the rest. I couldn't fit it all in the box. So I went out with the rest. I didn't bring any of the. I've been wanting to gather some stage. I know he gathers stage.
Go up to Bend, and then there's a twin there to the east of Bend. I'm trying to think of the name of the road. The road goes up and over and into Reprogram.